Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing part 2 of how to make an animation on Scratch. So I know it has been a very long time since I last posted the video, and I apologize for that because I said I would be posting the second part soon, and I didn't. It's better late than never, right? Like, if I was to come over here and see how long ago I made this video, it's been 4 months. Anyways, back to the Scratch project. Alright, so to begin, we have our characters all set up here. We have Sylvie, Sylvie's dad, and Sylvie's mom. So, we have the characters down, but now we also need a background. How do we know what background is going to be? Well, we can check in our script here and look for some keywords. As over here, we see it's morning routine, which means it has to be in a house, probably. And it says Sylvie is sleeping, so probably in the bedroom. So let's see if there's anything here. And let's search up bedroom. And we have 3 options here. I think I'm going to choose this one. Now, you can always make your own backdrop for like whatever you're making, but I like picking them out of Scratch because it's less work sometimes. But if Scratch does not have what you need for your background, then you can either make it or search an image online. Like, do this. Bedroom. And if you don't want it as realistic as this, you can search up cartoon image of a bedroom. And then voila, you've got all of these amazing options. But for now, I'm just going to stick with this. Okay? And now we have to see who's in this room. So we have Sylvie. She is sleeping. So that's our first scene. Our first scene is Sylvie is sleeping. So let me just copy. Oh yeah, also, one more thing. When you've made the characters, let's say over here, I have Sylvie's dad, okay? And I've just made him. Alright, so all of his parts are all detached from each other. What you have to do to like help you out is to select the whole character, then click group, and now you can move him around, and you don't have to click all, you don't have to select everything and take that long. You can just move around like this. So back to here, we need to get Sylvie. Alright, and it says she's sleeping. So we're going to have to do a little bit of deforming to the character. So if you were trying to get Sylvie sleeping, or a character sleeping, just an example, we have to deform the character just a bit, just so we'll be able to fit her in bed. Alright, she's now able to fit in bed. Not yet. A little bit more. A little bit more. And also, as you may have realized, the outline font, right? It's getting pretty big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in here so you can actually see her. I'm going to come to each of these and lower this to 3. 3, so it doesn't look outrageous like it does right now. So 3, 3, 3, 3. Now this might take a little bit of time, as you can see. Just make sure to not keep it outrageously large like this. So 3. There we go. Now we're good. So then now it's still, I didn't ungroup them. when you use this tool, everything you click is ungrouped, and unless you do this with the background, that's a whole different story. Any character that you drew, now I don't have to select it, I just click it. I can turn her, I can turn her in bed and just zoom in so I can actually edit her. Just shrink her a little more. There, that's perfect. Okay. So she's in bed like this. Now the problem here is that it just looks like she's lying down on top of her bed. Okay, it doesn't look like she's sleeping at all. Here is where you ungroup it, and you can move the hands and legs to do as you wish. But don't ungroup the whole thing. Now another thing while grouping that you should know is that you're going to need to ungroup it sometimes in your animation, okay? Because sometimes this problem does happen, and I need to address it. So let's just group her back again, okay? Because that is something we need. Then what we need to do, hold on 1 second. Now what we need to do to her is that we need to ungroup her again, yeah, and group the parts that we want her to group. Like the hair can be one thing that's grouped, okay? Then we just move it here. Then the face can be another thing that's grouped. The body doesn't have to be grouped because it's already its own thing. But these hands don't need to group together with each other. They need to group the arm with the hand. Then we don't have to group these legs at all. Just leave them as is. We can come back here, move this to the back, alright, and then ungroup for a second, move this to the front, move this to the front, and then group. You see now, this is the problem sometimes. So sometimes with the hair you might have this problem. So I suggest that after you've grouped it like this, right, you can copy this, okay, ungroup it, delete this, and then just keep this and put it where the other hair is originally supposed to be. Then line up the back one with it, and it's like nothing ever changed. Nothing ever happened. Also, I have to move these arms back, and I'm gonna move that back. There we go. Alright, everything is fixed. So now I'm going to group them now. So now when I ungroup this, right, it's not going to ungroup everything. It's going to ungroup it and leave it in those little section groups that we did. So now when I come over here, and now when I ungroup it, everything isn't ungrouped. As you can see, the legs like this, but the hands and the arms move with each other. So I'm just gonna twist this, put it like her hand is underneath her head. Alright. Let's just bring that hand back. There we go. Let's bring that hand back. That's to look like her hand is bending. So let me just zoom in a little bit more. Alright, let's take this tool. Let's do this, that. So it's her elbow is bending down, alright, and then the rest of this is going under here. And we just gotta do that and move this right over here. And then now, ta-da! Also with the eyes, we can also change the eyes to make it look like she is sleeping and not just lying down. Yeah, also we gotta go to the face. Now we have to ungroup the face here just to delete the eyes and add some new eyes. Alright, now one question you might have, how are we going to group them back together again? Well, here is the thing. So this is one thing you could do, is you can move the background, take away the hair, with the background hair, and then group. Oop, and then group. And then move all of this stuff away, including this. Group it, copy it, and undo everything. So now this is no longer grouped. Delete this. And paste this. And move this to the front and like just have the whole process, okay? Now you can do that, or an easier and way quicker way to do that would be to just do this. Hold on, let's copy this, duplicate it, paste, delete her. And now what we can do is we can take this painter tool, click the fill, click this button, and then hover over her skin, and then press, and then click. Then now we have her skin color. So what we can do is now we can zoom in and color over where her eyes are, and then take our outliner and make her eyes. You don't have to group it, because then afterwards you can just use the undo tool. After you're done making it, you can take away the background, copy it, and then paste it. You don't have to group it again. Grouping, it can help you, but you don't have to do it. Anyways, now back to here. Now the first question might be, well, now that we have it like this, how do we make it so the cover is onto her? Same thing as before. We're going to take this tool and we're going to copy this color. This time we're going to make it big and large, and we're going to cover up. I'm going to cover her up as if she is wearing the thing. Now, another thing you might accidentally do is do what I just did. You might accidentally destroy something else in the area. So what you can do is first figure out how big it was supposed to be, fix it, and then just try to make it look as good as it looked before you destroyed it. So I'm just going to come over here and just circle it. And ta-da! It's as good as new. Now, it actually looks like she is sleeping, but it doesn't look like it's nighttime. As you can see outside, it's like that. So we can use our fill tool. And as you can see, we can use it on these, but we can't use it on these. So if you think the fill tool will work, even though it would be amazing if it did, it doesn't. So we're gonna get a nice night theme, actually it's morning, but the lights are closed in our room. So yes, it is morning, but the lights are closed. So we need these colors. Okay, and we can make them a little dark. We can just make rectangles of these, alright? Stretch them out as we need. Then I can take this and just adjust them to how it is supposed to look. But then you're probably thinking, well, then what about that computer set right over there? What are we gonna do about that? So we're gonna first deal with this wall crisis, and then we're gonna go on to the other items in the room. First, we just need to focus on the wall crisis. And then again, we make it like this, we do this, you have to make it a little bit long. Then we take this tool and we adjust it to how we wish. Alrighty, there we go, we have wall number 2. Now we need the floor. Now you can see here, there's one problem. There's these shadows, because of course it's the floor. So what we are going to have to do for those is that we're going to have to make these dark. Alright. So then I'm going to have to turn this like this. I'm going to have to stretch it up like stretch it up, turn it, and then just use this elongating tool. Oops, sorry. And I'm just gonna stretch it to where it needs to be. Alright? The shadows we are going to worry about a little bit later, because if the lights are closed, we don't have to worry about shadows at the moment, but we will in a little bit later. So there we go, we've got those. Then we need the middle one right here, the big centerpiece. Oops, sorry, I forgot to make it darker. There we go. It's nice and dark. Nice and dark now. And I can take this tool and adjust it to how I want it. Like this. Alright, this is good. This is good. This is good. So now, how we make it so now we have to work on the objects around the room. Yes. We're coming to that now. So as you can see, we have this right here. Yeah. So we're actually going to take this tool. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to remake it. So we gotta have an outline. Now this might take a while, and this is definitely gonna take a while. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this part for you guys. Okay, but just so you know what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be taking this rectangle tool or circle tool, depending on what shape I'm doing, and then I'm just gonna outline it. I'm gonna make this thing, and then I'm gonna just reshape it to match the object in the room. Oops. Match the object in the room. Now I'm not gonna make you guys sit through all of this, so I'm just gonna skip this part for you guys, and I'll show you the end result. Okay, so finally I have completed this part. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, now that we have the sleeping scene, let's check over here what's next. So Sylvie is sleeping. She's sleeping. Now in an animation, it depends on how fast the thing is going for each one. But for this one, I'm just going to duplicate it 2 more times. This last one is where we're going to be adding the edits. So the next is Sylvie's mom walks in. So first we need to get Sylvie's mom. Oops, forgot. Now for this tool, she's all grouped up. I'm going to copy her. I'm going to paste her into this scene. Got to make her shorter. Oops, sorry. Got to make her shorter. But a little bit bigger, so she's bigger than Sylvie. And now she's walking into the room. So, oops, I gotta change the outline to 3. There we go. So, and to make her walk in, we're going to open the door, open door sound. Then now each time we duplicate it, we're gonna move her a little bit closer into the room and closer to where Sylvie is sleeping. Then we're gonna have her turn around. And we're gonna have to move her a little bit more back. Then we're going to have her say her line. Because now it says, Sylvie's mom says, Sylvie, it's time to wake up. We are going to get our paint tool here, get this black color, and then we're going to open her mouth. So now it looks like she is speaking. She is saying the words. And then basically, alright, so now that we've opened her mouth, when we play it, it'll go like this. It'll go like, she's sleeping. Their mom walks up to her and she says this line. We're going to get to the code in a second. We just first need to finish making this first area where Sylvie wakes up. We're going to start doing the code after we're done this. Now this looks really short and a small part of the script even though we've been doing this for quite some time now. Like I said before, this process is going to take a while sometimes. And as I have just realized, we don't have a lot of time because this video is getting a little bit too long. So that's all I'm going to show you for now. And yes, I'm going to make a part 3, and I am going to try my very best to make it next week on Sunday. But let's just see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen with it. Anyways, I will see you guys next week, and goodbye.